those fortunate to call the Napa Valley home, either full or part-time, know it as a place blessed by nature and possessed of a rare character.
I think that the people who live here take their life here seriously. Once I retired, I came up here full-time. I had lived in larger cities most of my life, and I think there's more of a feeling of friendship here, and people take care of one another. The morning that I had the heart attack, I was out working on the hill behind the house. I had tied a rope around my waist and the other end to a tree up on top, and I had a chainsaw and I was clearing brush out. Started to feel a little bit woozy as I was cleaning things up. Went in and took a shower, got very dizzy in the shower. Decided I better lie down on the bed. Did so, got the whirlies on the bed. Thought it was safer to be on the floor, but I took the phone with me to the floor, fortunately. Because as I lie on the floor, when I still hadn't made up my mind that I was going to call 911, my hands and my feet went numb, and that's when I chickened out and dialed. First responder to come, as it turns out, it was the fire truck, along with a friend of mine from the golf course who I had called to try and help. They got me in the ambulance, drove me to the hospital. When they opened the doors to the ambulance, I heard some guy holler, skip the ER, we're going straight to the cath lab. And the next thing I knew, the doctor woke me up and said, this is the third stent that we've put in exactly the same place, in the same artery, and you're going to have a bypass. I actually had some people who were insistent that I go to Stanford. They said, why wouldn't you go to Stanford? And I said, why would I? I don't have to. You know, we have great facilities here. It really was never a point of contention in my mind where I was going to go. I just had to deal with all the free advice. So I left. I went to the hospital about 6 o'clock in the morning. A very heartwarming thing, and something wouldn't happen at another hospital. One of my buddies from Silverado, who volunteers at the hospital, met me in the lobby that morning to make sure that my check-in procedure went smoothly. So, although I was an executive in San Francisco and knew a lot of people, when I got to the hospital, I was just another guy. I wasn't really anybody special. Here, I wasn't an executive anymore, and I was somebody special.
What George Porter experienced at Queen of the Valley Medical Center was the result of skilled and experienced surgeons using the latest medical technology. But equally important, he benefited from a vision realized in a community of nuns called the Sisters of St. Joseph, founded in the town of Le Puy in 17th century France.
When our community was founded, France had all kinds of problems, lots of social issues. There's lots of divisions between the wealthy and poor, divisions between Protestants and Catholics. And in the midst of this, our founder thought the best gift we could give the church and the world was to bring people together, to bring about unity and reconciliation. So the sisters weren't founded to do healthcare, they were founded to bring people together. What we have found is healthcare is an exceptional way to be able to do that.
In the mid-1950s, the people of Napa felt the need to build a true community hospital. They reached out to the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange, an American offshoot of the original order, with a proven track record for opening and managing hospitals.
Before the sisters got here, the people started raising money. In a very short amount of time, they raised over $300,000 because they really wanted a hospital. And together in partnership, it became a reality.
The Queen, as it has come to be known, opened its doors in 1958. Since then, the partnership with the community it serves has grown.
We are blessed with the opportunity to serve a world-class community, and I believe we deliver to it a world-class medical center.
It's a smaller community, but you know, when I look at the services that we offer for a community hospital that has the things we have, that's not normal.
Among the many services offered at Queen of the Valley Medical Center, the Regional Heart Center provides a full spectrum of service, from risk reduction and prevention programs to the most advanced surgical procedures, whether minimally invasive, involving robotics, or full open-heart operations. The Queen also offers a comprehensive cardiac rehabilitation program via its unique wellness center, the only one of its kind in Northern California. For cardiac emergencies, a team is on standby 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The Queen is able to diagnose and begin treatment in a catheterization lab within 30 to 60 minutes of a patient's arrival at the hospital. The Queen's Cancer Center is the only facility in Napa, Sonoma, and Solano counties to have earned the 2008 American College of Surgeons Cancer Program 3-year approval with commendation, a designation granted to only a quarter of hospitals nationwide. By providing a full spectrum of chemo and radiation therapies, cancer patients are able to receive care locally, a proven factor in positive outcomes. The Queen has treated over 30,000 cancer patients. In addition, the Queen is one of only 4 community hospitals in California to offer clinical trials of new chemotherapies outside of an academic setting. We are currently partnered with Stanford University Medical Center in an important breast cancer study. Queen of the Valley Medical Center is the only designated trauma center in Napa County. The helipad, located within steps of the hospital, assures rapid transfer of patients requiring critical care to an emergency department staffed 24 hours a day by emergency physicians who are diplomates of the American Board of Emergency Medicine. Across the range of emergency needs, from extreme trauma to a bad case of flu, our emergency department alone handled over 30,000 patient cases in 2010. In what is clearly a first for our region, as well as a rarity nationwide, the new Wellness Center provides our patients with the complete range of rehabilitative therapies for stroke, heart attack, injury, or age-related illnesses. In addition, the Wellness Center houses Synergy, an award-winning medical fitness center, which provides members of the community with a state-of-the-art fitness and exercise center. Synergy provides a direct link between lifestyle changes and better health. It offers programs that incorporate nutritional counseling and education. It offers exercise planning with specific goals to reduce risk factors for future health problems. Anyone can join the Synergy Gym at affordable rates, and through the generous contribution of our philanthropic community, scholarships are provided for our patients to receive care well beyond what insurance may typically provide. Our maternity center is projected to host over 800 deliveries this year in rooms providing a warm and welcoming environment. In addition to the 10 birthing suites, there is an on-site OR for planned or emergency cesarean deliveries. The Queen offers the only neonatal intensive care nursery in Napa County, with 6 incubators available for premature or seriously ill babies. Over the 50-plus years of its existence, Queen of the Valley Medical Center has grown into Napa County's single largest non-government employer, with over 1,500 employees and a staff of 250 physicians. Through all of this growth and progress, however, the Queen has remained committed to the healthcare mission of the Sisters of St. Joseph. In that spirit, the Queen last year provided nearly $16 million in charity and uncompensated care to the people of the Napa Valley. It is the same spirit of service that underlies the daily dedication of the hospital's staff and doctors. It is a spirit that remains alive and relevant, especially in meeting the challenges of healthcare in the 21st century.
We've got an obligation to be here and serve the community and do so in a responsible, cost-effective manner. We're not willing to compromise on the clinical quality that we deliver.
We really believe that this is a ministry first and a business second. We have to make hard business decisions, and that's always the hard part of what we do.
We have to find a way to continue delivering that product in a more and more challenging economic environment.
One response to that challenge is the construction of the new 72,000 square foot Advanced Diagnostic and Surgical Pavilion, designed to meet California's strict seismic codes for hospitals statewide.
There are a lot of opportunities to engineer efficiencies into new construction that you just don't always have those opportunities when you're working with a building and a physical plant that was built in as early as the 50s.
By the spring of 2013, what we'll have in our new building here is a brand new state-of-the-art laboratory that really just takes the existing equipment and functions that we have in our lab now and sort of right-sizes them. We'll also have on the second floor new surgery wing, so that's 6 ORs, 16 pre- and post-op bays. And then on the third floor we'll have 20 ICU beds, which gives us 4 more than we have now, and they'll be, again, appropriately sized for the size beds that are in there now and all of the equipment that comes with an ICU room.
One of the Queen's most pressing needs is relocating the clinical lab from an area of the hospital that must be closed by 2014.
This space that we work in right now was repurposed from something else, but we've brought in almost all of the current technology that we would want to for a hospital this size, but we can't grow and we can't keep up with the new technology of molecular pathology. We lose about 20% efficiency just walking things from one place of the lab to the other. It's very difficult to bring on new tests that involve new machines. And we can't acquire a new machine without getting rid of a machine. We have no extra space.
The second floor of the pavilion will house 6 new surgical suites. Back in 1970, when the Queen constructed a brand new surgical department with 5 operating rooms, no one could imagine the day when those facilities would be inadequate.
The surgical rooms were really only sized for smaller surgeries, simpler surgeries without extensive technology. With the volume ever increasing at the hospital as well, on many days we do actually have issues with where volume impacts the ability to effectively schedule various surgeries and also accommodate urgent emergent care at the same time.
We had on the books already and in our master plan a phased remodel of our surgery department. We were going to go room by room. We would end up with newer, nicer looking OR suites. However, they wouldn't be a whole lot bigger than they currently are because we do have a finite amount of space there on that second floor. And the building that they're currently housed in is only good seismically in the state of California until 2030. So at this point, if we were to finish it, let's say in 2013, it would only have a useful lifespan of about 17 years, and we would have to build something new again anyhow.
The 6 new surgical suites will be large enough to accommodate the ongoing revolution in robotic surgery. One of the rooms will be a hybrid OR, one of the latest concepts in advanced medicine.
The hybrid room allows us to bring the best technology of the operating room and at the same time the best imaging technology. Having the capability of visualizing the patient from the outside and from the inside at the same time becomes the optimal approach at treating those patients expeditiously, professionally, and it allows for the fastest recovery as well. So I think that this is really an important progression. I think this is definitely going to benefit our patients, our community, and it's going to enhance the keeping this program at the highest possible level.
Once a patient has been stabilized post-surgery, they can be moved 1 floor up to the new intensive care unit. In the current ICU, the rooms are too small to adequately serve the patient, medical personnel, and family members. It is not uncommon today to have to transfer patients requiring intensive care to other facilities because there are not enough beds available in the existing unit. Besides the increased capacity from 16 to 20 beds, the new ICU will incorporate the latest evidence-based design approaches. Instead of a large central nurses' station, caregivers will be decentralized with 1 nurses' station for every 2 rooms. This allows the nurse assigned to those rooms constant visual contact with the patients. The rooms themselves are designed with individual bathrooms, a dedicated seating and resting area for family members, and overhead booms for clinical and diagnostic equipment, allowing easy 360-degree access to the patient as needed. Each room will provide natural sunlight, another design choice proven to have a positive impact on patient recovery. The new Advanced Diagnostic and Surgical Pavilion is designed to incorporate the latest technology and the latest research into patient-beneficial architecture. It is cutting edge in one more important area. This new building will achieve a Gold LEED certification for environmental design. It will be one of the first hospital buildings in California to achieve this level of environmentally conscious construction. And, sitting on a series of piers, some drilled 100 feet into the ground, the new building is fully compliant with California seismic codes, designed to withstand a major earthquake. It will be equipped with its own power generation capability and a safe water supply. The total project cost for the Advanced Diagnostic and Surgical Pavilion is $132 million. Of that total, roughly $110 million is the cost of the building itself, with the remaining $22 million designated for equipment, furnishings, and program support. The hospital is prepared to fund $102 million of that total from cash reserves and debt. Queen of the Valley Medical Center Foundation has committed to raise an additional $40 million through philanthropy. Of that amount, $30 million will help complete the pavilion construction, $5 million will be added to the endowment, $2 million will cover the campaign costs, and the remaining $3 million will help fund the startup of the Peggy Herman Neuroscience Center. As a virtual entity, the Peggy Herman Neuroscience Center will be another jewel in the crown of the Queen services, bringing full-time neurosurgery to the Valley and establishing a collaborative relationship with the UCSF Department of Neurological Surgery.
Having full neurosurgical services at Queen of the Valley Medical Center will be of great benefit to the people of Northern California and the Napa Valley. We're going to be here to be doing elective cranial work as well as elective spinal work. Being able to provide acute coverage will be able to handle traumatic injuries as well as non-traumatic injuries. Timing is often critical in terms of the outcome of the patient. If we can get to those patients in a timely fashion without having to transfer them to San Francisco, it will be of great benefit, and hopefully we will save a lot more lives than have been saved in the past.
So if we're going to be able to continue providing our community with leading edge technology, with the great outcomes, with the clinical teams we have on standby 24/7, we're going to have to rely on continued support from our community.
Based upon the amount of money that the Queen has been able to raise in the past, and hopefully will be able to continue to raise, that's what keeps it growing. And I think when you come here and you're part of this valley, and you have the ability to do so by giving to the Queen, by doing something to help, you're fulfilling, what I think is, the most important principle in life: taking care of your friends.
And I think each of us as individuals have to have a responsibility and have to feel that responsibility to do it. And I believe the people of Napa can and will.
It is an honor for me to serve on the board of the Queen. Every meeting starts with a focus on the values of dignity, justice, service, and excellence. I believe those values permeate our institution. Please join me in being generous to the Queen as we build a legacy for future generations.